Many thanks for joining us for our news bulletin. My name is Beatrice Bampuado. Now let's take a look at our headlines. Public sector workers encouraged to promote clean environments during civil service cleanup exercise. Also to come, Ministry of Youth Development and Empowerment signs partnerships to boost youth skills and values. These and many more coming up shortly. Please do stay. On our story, the Chief Director of Ministry of Energy and Green Transition, Adjeti Sowa, has called on public sector workers to make environmental cleanliness a shared responsibility in promoting a healthy and hygienic environment. Speaking during a cleanup exercise at the ministerial enclave as part of activities marking the 2026 Civil Service Week, Mr. Sowa said the exercise forms part of efforts to improve sanitation within the ministries and surrounding areas, adding that similar cleanup activities will be organized quarterly. He further appealed to ministries, agencies, and other stakeholders to provide strategically positioned dustbins at designated locations to discourage indiscriminate dumping and promote proper waste disposal.
We have decided to do our own cleanup every quarter, so that when it's time for us to do like a national one, it will not be so difficult for us. We are trying to make it part of our system. So every quarter we gather as a ministry and they will clean up the area. So that's what we intend to do. And then, although we had a very short notice, the attendance has been very, very, very impressive. And we hope to keep on encouraging the staff to ensure that we keep our environment always clean. We as a ministry, we have decided to do our own cleanup exercise every 3 months. Yes. So we'll not be waiting for you to come every year. Every 3 months, we come together and clean up the entire environment, both the inside and then the outside. Yes. The issue is that we should all cultivate the habit of cleaning up our environments. And even when we are walking around, we should ensure that whatever we see around, if it's possible, you can pick it up. But we can also encourage that kind of thing by buying those dustbins. We don't have to wait always for the assemblies to come. How much do they cost? So if we're able to buy some of those dustbins and put them at strategic positions, anybody who has anything to drop will have to drop it in. And that's what we have to do in our immediate environment. Okay, so for example, for the Ministry of Energy, if you're able to buy some dustbins and place them at those critical areas, I don't think we'll be finding so much littering around. So that's what I will encourage all of us to be doing, as a ministerial community.
Still on the civil service cleanup exercise, the Assistant Public Relations Officer of the Ministry of Environment, Science and Technology, Trini Bwakwe, has encouraged ministries, departments and agencies to sensitize their staff and promote active participation in sanitation exercises. He noted that regular clean-up activities are essential in beautifying the environment and creating a healthier workplace for staff.
Part of the civil service celebration, as we all know, today being a cleanup exercise day, I will urge every ministry, every department, agencies watching me to sensitize their staff, to push them to come out and clean, because cleanliness is next to godliness, as we all know. So I'll urge us all to make sure it's not only today, but we do it frequently to make sure that we beautify our working environment. Yeah. As part of the civil service celebration, as we all know, today being a cleanup exercise day.
Away from that, the Ministry for Youth Development and Empowerment, MYDE, has signed a Memorandum of Understanding with the Christian Council of Ghana and the Design and Technology Institute to equip young Ghanaians with skills, values, and opportunities for employment and entrepreneurship.
The agreements were signed in Accra under the theme Rebuilding Values, Inspiring Patriotism, Empowering the Youth in the Digital Age. The partnerships follow discussions on key challenges facing the youth, including unemployment, skills mismatch, limited access to technology, startup support and opportunities in the labor market. Addressing the gathering, Mr. Opariado described Ghana's youth as the country's greatest national asset, stressing that investing in their development is both a social responsibility and an economic necessity. Thus, the need for the partnership to strengthen efforts in building a skilled, value-driven and empowered youth population capable of contributing meaningfully to national development.
Let's now move to Tema, where police have arrested 3 suspects, including a Dutch national and 2 Ghanaians, following the interception of 866 parcels of a white powdered substance suspected to be cocaine. The consignments, concealed in sacks of gari and kokunte, were seized during an intelligence-led operation on Wednesday, August 5, at a warehouse within the Tema Port enclave. According to the reports, the suspects were arrested while supervising the loading of the consignment into a 40-foot container for export. The intercepted parcels, the truck, and the suspect are currently in police custody as investigations continue. On our final story, hundreds of supporters of the opposition New Patriotic Party (NPP) took to the street today in a protest dubbed Democracy Under Attack, accusing government of undermining Ghana's democratic institutions. The demonstrators say they are protesting what they describe as a biased judicial system and the repeated arrest of citizens for exercising their right to free speech. Now, addressing the media, minority leader Alexander Penyomakin alleged that corruption under the Mahama administration remains widespread. He stressed that the NPP supports efforts to hold public officials accountable, but opposed what he describes as selective justice, insisting that the law must be applied fairly and without political bias.
The level of corruption in this government, the level of malfeasance, gold board alone, look at the losses that the IMF reported. Gold board alone, over 9.6 billion. So, if the government does not adopt a system that would ensure that there is justice for all, and this selective justice is pursued, what it means is that in future it will be difficult for moderates in MPP to restrain extremists who may be calling for, a repeat of this action. I am saying that our friends in government must be measured, because you see, they've already spent 1.5 years in office. 2 years will come, we'll enter next year, and there will be election. In Ghana, if you're a politician, you don't take undue advantage of your goodwill. When you are elected, your job is to get to the ground, deliver on your promises. Sometimes you have the impression that, you will destroy the opponent, and that will give you the support, I'm sorry, you won't get it. History has the records. So I can only advise NDC to be measured. They may misconstrue, it's up to them. But you see, power is transient. It's like an ice block. As soon as it's given to you, start to melt. I know that come 2028, MPP would win. I know.
And this has been Express Update. My name is Beatrice Bampardo. Have a good day.